Hi, this is Simply Love Yoga. I'm Samantha Lavery, and today we're going to do a yoga sequence for balance and stability. But first, click the like button, subscribe, and then we'll get started. So let's just start with our feet about hip width apart, hip or shoulder width, whichever feels comfortable. Just spreading the 5 toes. Feeling into the ball of the foot and the heel, and just relax your knees slightly. So you don't want to lock your knees out. Just relaxing your knees, hips, shoulders. We're just going to bring the hands to the abdomen, so one on top of the other. Again, just relax your shoulders. And if it feels comfortable to do so, just close your eyes. So we're just going to focus on the breath just for a few moments. Just connecting into our body. So as you inhale, just push the belly out. And as you exhale, just draw the belly in. Inhaling, push the belly out. Exhaling, drawing the belly in. And just focusing your attention into the breath. Just connecting with your body. Just allowing the lungs to fully expand. And this just helps to calm the mind, which is really helpful when we're going to do some balancing. And then just bring your hands down. Keep the feet shoulder width apart or hip width apart. And we're just going to lean into your right leg. And as you do, you're going to lift your left knee up. So lifting the knee up and then bring it back down. So just starting off nice and gently. Again, shifting the weight into that left leg and lifting your right knee up. Coming down. So again, the other side, shifting the weight, plant that heel, lift up. And then bring that foot down. One more. So this time we're going to use the hands. Just come so that your hands are in a ball in the center. And we're going to bring your left leg up and bring your left hand down. So you're pushing the opposite hand up. So you're finding that stability as you're stretching up. And then as you bring that foot down, you bring the hands together back into the center. Again, you shift that weight into that left leg, change hands. So the right hand comes down, left hand comes up, and that right knee lifts. So each time you change in hand positions. So bring your hands back to the center as you bring that foot down. Changing sides, inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling, changing, shifting that weight. And exhaling. So we're just moving from one to the other. Again, if balance is a challenge for you, try and focus your gaze just on a point on the wall. Just helps keeping your mind still and focused. Helps a lot with balance. So just one more on each side. Last one. And then this time, bring your feet together. So we're going to come onto the toes. So inhale, arms up. Coming onto the toes, so you're lifting the heels, stretching up, bring the hands together, pull that navel in. And then as you bring your hands through the center, your heels come down and you're going to bend into that chair pose. So just bending your knees slightly, coming down, hands come down. And as your arms come up, you straighten your legs, lift your heels, come onto the toes, stretching up, pull that navel in. And then as your hands come to your heart center, you sink your heels, bending down into the knees as if you're going to sit on that imaginary chair. Inhale it. Stretching up and exhaling. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Opening a little bit myself. And then this time again, staying into chair position, sinking down into the hips, squeezing your legs together. Make sure your tailbone's tucked in, your navel is in. And then we're going to bring that left foot, we're going to bring the ankle just on top of that knee. So keep that leg standing. It's a real balance in this. We're just going to flex that foot and bring the hands to the heart center. And then bring the hands down. So we're going to inhale, arms up, and we're going to bend that knee. Coming up. So as you bend that knee, bring the hands together. And as you sink down, we're going to bring the foot towards the top of that knee again. So just moving. Balance is a lot to do with moving between each pose. Bending that knee. And then bringing the hands to the heart, bringing the foot down to that thigh, sinking down. Inhale it. And exhaling. And then bring the foot down, hands down, maybe shake your hips out a little bit, and we'll do the other side. So sinking down into that chair pose, tucking your tailbone in, pulling that navel in, and then bring that foot, the ankle to the top of that knee, just above your knee, flexing into that foot. Bring your hands to the heart center. Hold here for a moment, and then as you bring your arms up, we're going to bring that knee up, bring the palms together, lift, flex that foot, and then as your hands come down to the heart, we come back into that figure 4 position. Inhale it. And exhaling. Slowly does it. Using your breath, finding a focus point helps you balance. Inhale it. And exhaling. Last one. And exhaling. And then bring the hands down. Release that foot. Give your hips a nice shake. And then we're going to stretch the left foot out. So your left foot out. I'm going to come to like a star position. So to start with, you can just leave your foot, your big toe on the mat if you want to, or you can lift it up for extra balance. Just choose what's right for you. So we're going to inhale, we're going to extend the arms out, extend that leg out, pull into the core, stretching away as far as feels comfortable. And then we're going to pull the knee and the hands into the center. So you're bending on that standing leg, you're pulling tightly into the core and then extending out. And then pulling tightly in. Really strong balance on this one. So you got to keep focused. Use your breath, that's the secret. And then pulling in. Last one, extending that leg out. And then bring the foot down, bring the hands down. So change in position. So bring your right foot out. And you might feel differently on one side to the other. I know I certainly do. We're going to extend the arms out, extend that foot out. Remember, you can bring the toe down if you need to. Really stretching out and then pull back into your core. Inhale, extend. And exhale. So it's if you're curling back up, inhale it. And off the balance is in that transition and exhaling. So last one, inhaling. And exhale, just bring that foot down, bring the hands down and just shake your hips out if you need to. So tree position, tree pose. So we're going to stand on your right leg. Remember, I'm mirroring you. So just moving that foot, the knee out to the side on your left side. First position, heel to ankle. Second position, just to the calf underneath the knee. And then third option is bringing your foot to the top of the thigh, pushing into that thigh, balancing. And then when you've got your balance, just bringing the hands to the heart center. And if you want to, stretching your arms up, shoulders are coming back and down. Remember, pull that diaphragm in. Pull your core in, focus your gaze and your attention. And then bring the hands down to your heart center, bring that foot down. And just shake your hips out. So opposite leg. So again, just turning your knee to the side, just opening the hip. Heel to ankle, to calf, or to the top of the thigh. Pushing that foot in, and you push the thigh in towards the foot too for balance. Just find your balance, really pushing the big toe mound in and stretching up if you feel you can. Shoulders come back again and down, and just remember, pull that navel in, pulling that diaphragm in. Focus your gaze. Use your breath. And then bring the hand down. Release the hand, grab the foot and bring that foot down and shake your hips out a bit. So come to the top end of the mat. We're going to do some sun salutations. So just inhale, arms up. Exhale as you fold forward. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Draw the chest in towards the thighs and lengthen the head, the crown of the head, down towards the mat. Shift your weight evenly into the feet. We often want to go into the heels. So just shift that weight and you just shine in the tailbone up towards the ceiling. So just allow your body to stretch here. Just holding, pulling that navel in. So inhale, lift your chest, look forward. Plant your hands, step back with one leg and the other. So we're going to come to plank position here. So balance has a lot to do with your core stability. So just drawing your hips level, pulling that navel in, squeezing the thighs, and then drop down slowly onto your knees, tops of the feet flat, chest comes down, elbows in, and then you lower the hips and your chest lifts and comes through. Just drop your knees slightly, turn your toes under, lift your sit bones up and heels towards the mat. And just enjoy that stretch and length through the spine, pushing into the heels. Just using your breath and just really pulling that navel in, lengthening through the spine. And then we're going to extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. So just extending the right leg up. We're going to bend the heel in towards the buttocks, so that opens the hip out, and you just look slightly to the right, and then just bringing that foot down. So we'll do the other side. So lengthening away. Left leg comes up towards the ceiling. Again, heel to buttock, so you open the hip and you look to your left side. And then bring the foot down. Really opens out the hips as well. We're going to look towards the hands, pull that navel in, and then spring forward with one foot. and the other. Forward fold, head to knee. And then roll up nice and slowly, just bending the knees and just bringing the arms up towards the ceiling and palms together, and exhale, hands to your heart. Again, just gathering the breath, drawing the energy in. So this time we're going to pull the right knee into the chest first. So just clasp your hands, just grab at the knee and pull into your chest. Just finding that softness in the left knee to balance, pushing into that big toe mound. And then just grab the front of the ankle and bring the heel in towards the buttocks. Bring the knees together and then lengthen the left arm up towards the ceiling. Really stretching up, and then we're going to tip forward and the foot comes back into this dancer pose. Try not to let the knee go too wide. And then we're going to release that foot, bring it back, coming into Warrior One position. So again, just make sure that the diaphragm is in, tailbone tucked in, and you're bending into that front leg, stretching into the back heel. Shoulders are coming back and down. And then we're going to bring the hands down. We're going to tip forward into Warrior Three. So bring the hands to the heart center. Tip forward and the back leg lifts. Push into the heel so you're flexing the foot. Trying to get nice and level, pull that navel in. And then we're going to bring the foot back down, bring the arms back up. Bring the hands back to the heart center. We're going to bring the hands down, we're going to bring that back leg in. Again, just shaking your hips slightly. And then we'll do the other side. So left leg. So just balancing on that right leg, so you can just spread your 5 toes, just get a nice and firm position on the mat, and just bringing that left knee in towards the chest. Again, clasping your hands, pull that knee into the chest, just a relaxed foot, and then grab with the front of the ankle, pull the heel back to the buttocks, knees together. And then lengthen the opposite arm up. Pull that navel in. And then we're going to tip forward. And as you do, the foot goes back like a counterweight. Try not to have the knee too wide. And then we're going to come up but release that foot. Coming back to Warrior One. So you're just pushing into that big toe mound for balance. Again, pulling your navel in, your diaphragm in. And we're going to bring the arms up, inhaling, hands together, and then bring the hands to the heart center. And we're going to tip forward as we lift that back leg. So just tipping forward, coming onto the back toes, and just stretching into that back heel, both straight legs. Pull that navel in and just finding your breath. And then just bending that knee, bringing that leg back. Hands come down either side of the foot. Going to bring that front leg back and come back into plank position. So nice and level with the hips, squeezing the core, squeezing the thighs. Use your breath. And then gently just bringing the knees down, tops of the feet flat. Bend your elbows, chest comes down. Then you lift your chest, bring the hips down and look up. Drop your knees, turn your toes under, lift your sit bones up, coming into downward facing dog. And just enjoy this stretch and length. So you don't want to be too easily coming down into your heels. It should be a stretch. You might need to walk them out slightly if you are. And just bend your knees. If you do have really tight hamstrings, you can bend your knees and you still get that length through the spine. Pull that navel in. And then just look towards your hands and just gently bringing the knees down. So just bring in your hands and wrists underneath your shoulders. And we're going to extend the right arm out and the left leg. So pull that navel in. Just have a neutral spine. And then extend the right arm and left leg. So you push into the heel. You are lengthening away. So you're trying to stretch your hand to one wall. Stretch your heel to the other. Holding, pulling that navel in. Use your breath. It can be a challenge here, so use your breath and focus just on a point on the floor, and then bring the hand down and bring the knee down with some relief. So this time, left arm goes forward, right leg back. So you can turn your left toes under, or you can have the top of the foot flat, just whatever's best for you. So just stretching into that heel, again stretching your arm away, pulling that navel in. You're trying to create this nice straight line from the heel to the toes. Just finding a gaze point, just holding. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And then bring the hand down and bring that knee down. Just bring your knees a little bit wider. Big toes together, and just push back into child's pose. Just lengthening your arms away, drawing the forehead to the mat. And just use your breath. So you're just drawing the energy in. Just relaxing the body. And then just look towards your hands. Just walk your hands into your knees. We're going to come to half moon position. So I'll come onto my right hand and my right knee first. So just making sure that your hand is just a little bit further from your shoulder, so that when you push forward a little bit, your shoulder then comes over your wrist and your hands. Knee about underneath your hips, and then you just extend that left foot back. Maybe you need to adjust your hand so it's underneath your shoulders for stability, and extend. So you're turning your body to the side. So that's one position where you just keep the toe on the mat, you pull that navel in. It's quite a balance here already, but if you want to try, you can extend one arm up, and that brings a little bit extra balance. If you want to, you can bring that leg up, again push into the heel, pull that navel in, and just use your breath. So bring the foot down to start with. Bring that hand down and bring the knee down, and then we'll do the other side. So I'll be using my left hand, my left knee, just adjust as I need to. Extend that top leg out first for stability, and then bring the arm up to the ceiling. Again, you might find that one side is different to the other. Just bringing the arm up first. The first option, and then if you want to, just extending that leg up, again push into that heel. It can help with the balance. Pull that navel in, using your breath, and then bring the foot down, bring the hand down, bring the knee down, and push back into child's pose again with some relief. Sinking your sit bones into the heels, lengthening your arms forward. You can cross your arms as well, and just bring your forehead to the arms. It can be quite comfortable. And just use your breath. So if you've got your arms folded, just stretch them out one and then the other. And then just walk your hands towards your knees. We're just going to bring the feet to the side and sit back. So let's do a balance pose, a seated balance pose. So we're going to pull the navel in, bring the feet together, and just walk them slightly towards the groin. We want to make sure the shoulders are back and down and your spine is straight. So just grab your ankles to do that so you can get that length through the spine and through the front of the body. So you don't want to be rounding your spine like this. You want to lift your chest and lengthen through the spine, and you pull your shoulders back. So just grabbing the big toes with the 2-piece fingers, just tucking them round your big toe. And then again, so you sit back and you walk your heels back. And then just find that balance point. Lift your chest, shoulders back and down, pull that navel in. So we're just going to extend the right leg up first. Lift your chest, look forward, and then bring the heel back towards the center. So left leg comes up. Lift your chest, pull that navel in, and then bring your heel back to the center. So you can do those two again, or we can try them both together. Again, pull that navel in, extend both legs away, stretching up, and when you get to that full stretch, shoulders come back and down, pull that navel in. Be mindful not to balance back, go back, tip back. And then just bring the heels down. And then bring the heels down to the floor with some relief. Extend one leg out and then the other. Just shake your legs out. And just bring your sit bones forward, just leaning into your hands. Bring your elbows down one, then the other. And then your spine down and then the other. You can extend your left leg and just bend your right. We're just going to hook that foot behind the knee slightly. And we're just going to bring that right knee over to the side. So bring your arms out. So we're just doing a nice twist here. So look towards, so I'm looking towards my right side. So I'm looking away from the twist. And then come back to a central position. Extend that leg out, bend the left knee in, hook the toes just behind your knee, and then just twist into your right and look into your left. So the knee will probably hover, it won't get to the floor. Extending your arms away, pull that navel in. And then bring the legs back and bring both knees in. So just hug your knees into the center. And as you do, just draw your tailbone down to the mat and bring both feet down. So again, we're going to extend the arms out nice and wide. We're going to bring the knees up so your heels and your feet are high. Pull that navel in. And we're just going to bring the knees to your left. So just bring the knees to your left. And look to your right. Similar to what we did last time. Similar to what we've just done. Just bringing both knees in. So just enjoying that twist. Bringing the knees back to center and then pulling them towards your right. So try and keep your knees together. Bring your knees down. They should come down to the mat. And then come back to center. And then bring your hands to your knees. Extend your tailbone down to the mat as you pull your knees in. And then bring one foot down, then the other. Extend one leg out and then the other. Towards the outer edges of your mat. Arms away from your body, palms facing up. And just relax in Shavasana for as long as you need. Namaste.